Hello and welcome to the Hark Now Here Spurs Fans podcast. Do not adjust your sets. Do not check your watches. It is still the summer break. We are still in the World Cup, but we are coming to you live because there's been a couple of new signings. I don't know if you've noticed or listened in the media, but there have been a couple of new signings. And not only at Tottenham, but at the Hark as well. And I want to introduce you. You've met them before. They've been on the show many a time, but they are now resident guests. They're on the roster, and it is Shane and Orin. How you doing, boys? You good?
Doing great. Doing great. Glad to be on board.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
exactly.
Shane, you good?
Yeah, bang on, mate. Really good, thank you.
I mean, you boys know the drill. You've been here before, and don't worry, Lee and Kev are still there. We haven't got rid of them. They're still going to be here, but they're just on their holidays and doing their little bits. So, but we thought we have to get on the podcast. What is happening at Tottenham at the moment? Have they struck oil under the ground? I mean, I don't know what's going on at the moment, boys. But Shane, I'll start with you. This transfer market, what is going on?
Fucking dream world, mate. Absolute dream world. But to be fair, it's what we've all wanted for so many years, and we deserve it. We fucking deserve it. We've missed out on so many throughout the years, and yeah, it's as simple as that. We deserve it. What we've already brought through is it don't even feel real, to be honest with you. It's crazy. Like the players that you hear the links and you think, oh yeah, we've all been there before, and think, oh yeah, we'll get him over the line. If we get him over the line, the fact that it's the 2nd of fucking July and we've got all of these over the line already, and we're now linked with even more unbelievable players, and I'm fucking believing. We were all at the end of last season. Every single fan, everyone listening to this, every single Spurs fan around the world, we all thought we were done. I don't care. I don't think there's a single person out there who's confident that we were going to be 100% safe. There might have been the odd one that, but deep down, I think everyone thought we had got a chance of going down here. And now I'm fucking believing again. We're fucking back.
I mean, I can't say it better myself. Like, we've gone from literally near relegation to I'm looking at Champions League spots thinking we need to be amongst it now. Like, we need to be looking at them signings and being amongst it. But Orin, I mean, it's crazy, right? We've broken our transfer record twice in 24 hours.
Mate,
this is unheard of at Tottenham.
Twice in 2 days. And who's to say whether or not we'll break it again during the next few days? I mean, you know, as Shane said, you know, we've been long suffering Spurs fans, and you know, scrimping and scraping the bottom of the barrel. And it's just nice to finally have a manager that, let's be honest, that has saved this club, and the board are finally, you know, a clock is right twice a day. And Enoch have fucking got it right. We have to give credit where it's due. You know, they said at the end of the season, judge us by our actions, and bloody hell, they are putting their money where their mouth is. Not only with the transfer fees, but more importantly for me, I think the wages as well that these players are coming in at. It just shows other players moving forwards now that, you know, Tottenham is a place to be. It's an exciting place, and where can we finish next season? I think that's a decent question to ask.
100%, and we'll get onto it. But I mean, let's take it back. So, you know, Spurs gets to the final day of the season. You know, we done the work in the last few games, and we put ourselves in a good position to stay up. Still needed to get the points on the last day. But yeah, De Zerbi pulls it out the bag. You know, he does what he was brought in to do, and we stay up. But there's fear. I think there's still fear that, you know, people are like, we cannot have this again next season. We cannot be in a situation where Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, one of the richest clubs in the world, one of the most prestigious history in the world, potentially going into the second tier for the first time in 50 years. We couldn't get in that situation. So, like you said, Orin, Enoch have come out and said, you know, judge us by our actions. And I mean, it started off very early on with talks of Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Shane, let's get into that. Like, for me, I actually think this is a shrewd bit of business. I still think he's a good player, and he's still got a lot to offer, but it's the experience he brings for me. Like, we've got a player that's coming in that has won titles at the highest level, and he's coming on a free. What do you make of it, Shane? I mean, it's crazy, right?
I remember in our group chat, I was probably the only one who wasn't over the moon with it, because I felt like we should have been aiming higher. I thought if we're gonna go out and spend the money, obviously that was before we have started to spend the money. Yes, he brings in the experience, but my viewing around it was kind of like, don't really need him now. We needed him back then, but now I've changed again, because we are signing these players and we have gone out and spent the money and we're attracting. It's not about. I think. I mean, as soon as we got Fernandez over the line, obviously, as you guys know, he was the one I wanted. But it's then Tonali comes in, and it's just like, now the next person. It's just, when's it gonna fucking stop? But like you say, Robertson, he is a brilliant player. I mean, my best friend, my brother-in-law, my brother, they're all Liverpool. And they're absolutely devastated that he's gone, and they all absolutely love him and say he's a brilliant player and what he brings to the club and what he'll bring to the change room and stuff. So yeah, that side of it. But at the start of the window, I was like, oh, really? You should be fucking aiming higher than this. But now I've gone full circle again, and I am really happy we've got him in, purely because of what we have signed.
Yeah, Oren, it's one of those signings where you think, like, it's like, if you look at it in isolation, it's probably not like a great sign. Like, if we just got Robertson, you'd probably be sitting there thinking, is that all they're going to offer us? But looking at it now, it's actually a shrewd bit of business to get him in for nothing. Probably paying him a fair whack as well on the wages now, but I can only see it as a positive given what else has happened.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, looking at it in isolation, you kind of think, well, 32 years old, coming on the way down from Liverpool. But you look at it in the round with the rest of the signings, and it's a shrewd bit of business. And what I kind of like what Spurs have done with these signings as well, they're all leaders in their own right. They're all coming with a bit of fight, with a bit of gumption, with a bit of not wanting to just come and settle. You look at Senesi, we look at Tonali that we come on. These are people that have captained big clubs. So it's just really exciting that we're getting in the quality, but we're also getting in that leadership as well. Even if you look at Martin Dubravka, this guy's played 400, senior career games. It's not to be sniffed at.
Well, let's talk about that, because that's something else I want to reflect on. Is that Tottenham are known for buying youth, right? Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall, Matisse Tell, like these are players that were all like teenagers or like early 20s. And we're bringing in Dubravka, and this is a guy who's got serious experience in the goalkeeping department. And again, for me, it's another one that's probably in isolation. You think, is this something that we really need in the club? But when you're bringing players like that around, who've done it on the European stage, who've done it in different leagues, it can only be a positive, Shane, right?
100%, mate. I think everyone. We've said it before. We didn't want Vicario, and I think we didn't want Vicario that much. We were just willing to give Kinski a go. But after them last 7 games, he deserves his shot. He really does. I think getting him on a free, yeah, again, it's brilliant, absolute brilliant bit of business. But I do believe it is, even though we have signed Kinski to that new deal, I think it's kind of like, give De Zerbi, give him a season, give him a shot, and if he isn't good enough, it then gives you a chance. Obviously, the keeper that we brought in, there may be another to go out and get to then challenge Kinski or potentially replace him. If you look at what Man City did when Donnarumma became available, they signed Trafford and he was expecting to start, and then Donnarumma became available, and that was it. Is never been seen since, really, other than a couple of cup games. But no, brilliant bit of business, mate. Like you said, it's about bringing in that experience and what it does, and it's clear as day that that's exactly what De Zerbi wants. And we've done it so many times, brought these players in and these youngsters to come in that are going to be good for the future. And even though we'll probably sit here and moan and say, "Oh, not really many of them have come good," but that is what sets up to be able to spend all this money. If we hadn't done that in the past, and we can all sit here and slag Levy, and we will, and I will till the day I die. But if he hadn't been such a prick and so tight and not spent so little and spent so little on wages, we would not be spending this money that we're spending now. So really, in the grand scheme of things, we kind of have got a lot to be thankful for. All them years of pain. Look at every single one. Look at this screen now. All of us got massive smiles on our faces. We're all loving fucking life, and it's because of Levy.
Wow, bloody hell. I wouldn't go that far, mate.
But listen, do you know what? Let's talk about the financial side of it, because it's actually quite interesting that there's been a few rule changes recently. And I think that has helped our situation, like with the PSR stuff, right? Is that because of like being able to offset like stadium debt, and it's about income revenue streams, and we've obviously got the stadium that makes a lot of money as well from extracurricular activities. It's actually helped Spurs under the new rules, where we can spend a lot more than most clubs, and I think this is what we're starting to see now. And well, I mean, 85 million for Fernandez, up to 100 million for Tonali. It's insane sort of numbers that we're punching out at the moment. And I mean, where else can it go? It's getting to the point now where I'm sitting here thinking we could literally, like, someone said, there's been a number banded round that like we could do another 250,000 and we'd be fine.
Yeah, I seen that as well today. Just for come on, another 250 million that we're still able to spend without it affecting us. That's why when obviously I know we're going to get onto who we're linked with, but when they're saying, "Oh yeah, they're looking for 90 million," but that didn't bother Spurs, you just like, this is fucking dream world. This is.
It's absolutely insane. But before we talk about the ones that cost the money, there's one other player that came in for free, and that was Senesi. And I mean, this is a guy in his prime at Bournemouth, out of contract. And I think this is the problem you have when you get players at young ages on short-term contracts. If they don't want to stay, they'll just go. And it's a shame for Bournemouth, but for us, again, I think that's a great bit of business. Another central defender, not necessarily something we need. We'll get onto that later, but a really shrewd bit of business again. And another three players on a free in this window already.
Yeah, and what that allows us to do, TJ, we're addressing issues with our squad without having to spend money on transfers, which means next year we can go again. And specifically on Senesi, he was Bournemouth's Player of the Year last season. And when you think of the players that they've got in their team, Alex Scott, Antoine Semenyo was there for half the season. El Krupi, who I'm sure we will come on to in this podcast. He's a really good defender. And again, what you get with Senesi is a bit of leadership, tough in the tackle, but you get a defender who's always looking up, always looking for a through pass. I mean, I think I read a stat last season. He attempted 10 through balls for Bournemouth last season, and Spurs as a team only attempted 8. So and again, that just shows you the type of players that De Zerbi now wants in the side. People that are brave on the ball, that want to pass forward, that want to get attacks going.
Yeah, I feel like there is definitely a De Zerbi effect. I mean, we're seeing it today, right? Like, I think if you look at the stuff with Fernandez, who we'll talk about as well, his first comment was the manager was a big influence in me coming. This is a man who had an offer from Man United, who was we were actually laughed off I forget the Man United commentator who's been his podcast.
Goldbridge.
Yeah, Goldbridge. He's the one. He's obviously come out and it's like a puppy trying to take a bone. Well, the puppy grew some teeth, mate, and we fucking nabbed it. Exactly. So that Fernandes has moved a short trip across from East London to North London because he wants to play Premier League football, of course. And I was watching some clips of him today from last season. He can ping a ball, you know. He can distribute a ball, this geezer. Shane, what do you think of him?
He was the one I wanted, mate. I think if you just bring in Tonali alone, I think it's what's around him. And having Fernandes around him makes Tonali even better, in my opinion. I think Tonali is absolutely unreal player. But having a Fernandes next to him is what's going to make it even better. I love him. I've watched him at Southampton, and I remember saying how much I like that lad then. There was him. I remember watching him and Tyler Dibbin as well. I know he's gone to Everton and not done a lot, but them two together, I remember watching them. They were both. I really enjoyed them. Enjoyed watching the pair of them. Obviously, at West Ham last year, like people are saying, "Oh, he's been relegated twice." Blah blah. It doesn't matter. You can't fucking help the teams he's gone to. He's been shit, but he's been a shining star in that team. Imagine now being surrounded by the quality that we've already brought in and the players that we've still yet to come back. Then you've got Tonali next to him. It's fucking unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable bit of business.
Yeah, I totally agree. But Orin, what about the price tag? Playing devil's advocate, mate. 85 million for a player in the Championship.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of money when you look at it. And I'm in so many group chats where you're talking about transfer fees, but it's where we are in the market. Because if you look at Elliot Anderson and you tell me he's worth 130 million, then I've got a bridge I want to sell you. Like, do you know what I mean? So this is the going. This is the going rate for these players. But again, agree totally with Shane. What he brings us is he's certainly an upgrade on Paulinho. And just before I say anything else, thank you, Paulinho, for what you did last season. And I wish him all the best in his future endeavours. But it's an upgrade on that. He's sharp in the tackle, Fernandes. But what I like about him is, again, he wants to go forward. He wants to, look to pass forward. I think he got 10 goal contributions last season, goals and assists. So I think there's more to come. And, he's 21 years old. He's not the finished article. So in terms of him and Tonali, and I think he's probably got the higher ceiling, if I'm honest. And again, like I said earlier on in the show, the wages he's on, I think, 200 grand a week at least. It shows a commitment from us as a club to say this is now the place to come.
Totally. And I think what we're seeing, and we kind of alluded to at the beginning of the show, is that where Spurs have like dilly-dallied and probably got this player last minute, and we've seen your Eze situations, your Morgan Gibbs-White, where we've come in and the club have either offered a new contract or we've been gazumped, as they say in the industry, by someone else. We're getting our business done early. I mean, the World Cup isn't even finished. We just got into the knockout stage of the World Cup. Players are still playing there and they're signing contracts for Spurs. It's insane. One of those players that isn't there, just because they haven't been for a long time, is Tonali. And obviously Italian, they haven't been at the World Cup for a while. But yet again, we've gone out there. I have to say, this is not a done deal as we speak. It is the 2nd of July. It's the evening of the 2nd of July right now. And it's not a done deal, but I mean, it is pretty much there. We're talking to people and everyone we know thinks this is done. So...
Oh, it's done, mate. It's definitely done. That Hotspur way
is doing it. Now said all this.
Yeah, he's doing his medical at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing it. We're barricaded them doors. They ain't fucking getting away from this one.
And yet again, it's a De Zerbi signing and a De Zerbi influence signing. This is a player that has interest from Arsenal and Man City, and it looks like he's coming to 17th place Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, Shane, tell me about Tonali.
Yeah, I think this is the statement signing, mate, isn't it? So far, this is the statement signing. I mean, Arsenal, I fucking hate them, but they apparently so. this was their dream signing. This is the one they wanted over anyone, and he's come to us. He was offered to them, offered to Man City. And as soon as he spoke to De Zerbi, that was it. He wanted to come to Spurs. But watching De Zerbi, we think we've had 7 games with this geezer. He's not been able to really go full De Zerbi ball, and it wasn't pretty. I mean, I was there the first at Brighton, and I thought he's the best we played in a long time. But even then, it's not been amazing football. I'm still sat here now, still believing, because I know what's to come. There was little glimpses of it in that first game against Brighton, and there was glimpses of it in other games here and there. Just imagine now we've played if you really go back and look at the fucking lineups that we had out there, it's mental. Got Richarlison up front, Mawani, Tell. And then you've got, like you say, Pauline. It's crazy. I just keep thinking about the players now. Gallagher's probably thinking, where the fuck do I get into this team here? I can't see a way in for him or a Bentancur. But also, just going back quickly about the price. I get what people are saying about the 85 million. And again, I don't want to mention them wankers, but 100 million they paid for Declan Rice. And as much as it kills me to say it, I bet they'd pay 200 million, because what he did to that midfield in that team, he's got him over the line, hasn't he? In my opinion. And that's from signing a player and going out and spending the money. So we've done it twice now with 2 midfielders, also Van Hecker. And then we've got to go where that wasn't even the areas that we needed to strengthen the most. You said from the off we needed a left winger and potentially a striker. So to do it, get 2 of them, I just never thought they were going to do it. I thought it was going to be one or the other, and I kept saying, I would have liked Fernandez, because I think as a whole he would have played better with what we've got. But to get him and Tonali, I've not stopped smiling. Honestly, it's dream world.
Yeah, Orin, I mean, do you have anything to add? I think Shane summed it up pretty well.
Yeah, but there's nothing much more to say really. I mean, he's a Rolls Royce of a midfielder. You know, Arsenal were definitely linked with him in the January window, and it was someone that they were definitely looking at over the summer. And I think he takes our midfield up not 1 but 2 levels. And it's so interesting to see what we're going to be doing with De Zerbi ball next season with quality players, because there were times, that Villa game last season, we played Villa off the park, with the inferior midfield. So, really exciting times ahead.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. And I mean, I don't know what's going on, but are they kind of building from the back with the signings? Like, we've gone out and got a right wing back, then a central defender, then a CDM, and then we're going for an attacking midfielder. And it's the one thing we're missing, which I think we need. Where's the fucking striker? Nearly 300 million spent, and we haven't got our 20-goal-a-year striker. What is going on, boys? Like, Orin, where's the striker coming from? We need a striker, right?
Yeah, I think, 100%. We cannot go into this season with Solanke or Richarlison. In my opinion, I don't think either of them are good enough. I've been getting pelters for this in the group chat, but for me, there's only 2 choices. One is Junior El Kroupi from Bournemouth, and the other for me is Nick Waltermaid from Newcastle. I think he is a fantastic player. And I would love to see Waltermaid at Tottenham. I think he's got all the qualities to become a top striker. We've been linked with Kroupi already, and he's apparently he wants to come. It's going to take 90 odd million to get him out of Bournemouth, and we've said it doesn't seem to be a problem. So I think watch that space.
Right. I'm glad you said it, because I've been told to mention it. Fucking Walter Marde from Newcastle, mate. What are you talking about?
Quality player.
Oh, mate, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it. We've got Hussal, Hus178 says Greenwood. It's a controversial one, I know. We discussed this a few times, and I personally think and I want to apologise to everyone on the Instagram, by the way. We had some technical issues with going live, so apologies. You've joined us about 20 minutes in. We've already discussed all the signings, including our 2 New signings, Shane and Orin, who are now permanent members of the roster. So welcome to everyone on Instagram.
Hey.
Apologies for the delay. The Greenwood one, I'm not so sure about personally. I just think it'll be a publicity nightmare.
I can't see it myself. I can't see it myself, mate. But on the flip side, he's a good player. But I can't see him playing in England again. To be fair.
I also want to apologise for how I look. I've gone clean shaven for the first time in like 2 years and coming here looking like a fucking egg. So don't worry, the beard will be back by the start of the season. Hopefully by the weekend, to be honest. But yeah, Shane, where else are our striker needs coming from? El Grupi. I mean, it's a shout, right?
Is he a striker though? Is he more of a left-sided? Regardless, I'd want him no matter where he plays. But I'm kind of under the impression more of a left-sided. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I'd want him. I'd want him no matter what. But yeah, what a player! And again, he's only a young lad. Thing is, like we've brought young before. Tell Bergbow, like say Archie Gray, all the rest of them. That we've got. Odebert, sorry, that's who I was looking for. But these lads like Mateus Fernandez is 21. But El Grupo, I'm sure he's 21. But they're doing it. They're actually... He's what, sorry?
19, mate, sorry.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But yeah, they're doing it. They're actually doing the business now. Whereas Tell kind of... He never has it. Like, he just can't be starting. You see all these mock-up teams that what we could do with potential signings and all the rest of it. And for me, on that left, I think the striker market is hard, but I'm going to be a bit... I like Solanke. I really do. And I think he hasn't been available like due to injuries and he's not been there and he hasn't really done it for us this season. But when he does play, I think we were a better team. And that was more from him, like just holding the ball up and stuff like that. But he won't have to do that now. If he's got
Shane, is he going to get you 20 goals a season though? And if he stays fit.
Okay, so you add Kudus on the right, let's just say El Grupi for argument's sake, or Savinho on the left, and you've got Tonali and Fernandez behind him with either Xavi or Maddison. Why couldn't he? I reckon I'd fucking score 30. if they're playing balls into me, why can't he? He's a brilliant striker. We've seen he's done it before. They're going to be putting it on a plate for him. He's surrounded by absolute pure class. Why can't he score that many goals?
Do you know one that I've kind of heard banded around very loosely, and I think the biggest stumbling block would be his wages, is Osmian from Galatasaray.
Yeah, it's a shout.
He's kind of the player that should be playing in the big five leagues, right? And I feel like he's the sort of front man that would just dominate central defenders. And you've seen him do it at Galatasaray. Would we pay 300k a week?
I think we would. Because there was rumours that we went to Man United and we said to Rashford, "We'll pay you, your 325 grand a week." It's not a problem, but it's an exciting debate to have, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about young players just then, and even with our young players, we were always shopping in that market just below the top creme de la creme young players, and I'm sure we'll come on to the likes of Bergval, Vuskovic, and Archie Gray, and players like that. For me, they're that rung down. They're the ones that you're hoping become the top future players. But we're now actually going for the creme de la creme, youngsters, which is great to see as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've led us nice in there, Orin, to what we're going to talk about next, which is outgoings. So, I mean, we've got this massive squad. All of a sudden,
we missed one player that we signed. Look, with
Van Hecke, yeah. I just like.
Oh, we talked about Van Hecke. Fuck, yeah. I'm losing track, mate. Honestly, fuck it. I need to get a regular update on this shit because I'm fucking losing track. Van Hecke, central defender. I mean, one of the jewels in Brighton's team last year.
Yeah.
Again,
player of the year again.
Unreal.
In his prime as well. We're buying a player literally in his prime, in his best years. Owen, Van Hecker, talk to me.
Yeah, again, another good defender, good leader. He's a bit, for me, I think the only thing that I would level against him, he's not the quickest. But again, you look at how he commands his line, how he loves to pass forward. Recently in the World Cup, he can get a goal as well. Again, I think it's a certain upgrade on Danso, even though I think we'll keep Danso around. And it's a good replacement for Christian Romero, who I think will leave the club at the end of the day.
Well, this is it, right? And Shane, we'll kind of move straight into it with the outgoings. Is that we're bringing in these players in positions where we've already got a lot of players, in my opinion. Let's start at the back, right? Let's go right. We've now got 3 goalkeepers. Is Vicario staying or going?
He's gone 100%. 100%. I would, even if he said he'd stay for free, didn't pay him, I still want him gone. Get him gone.
Yeah, Orin, you think he'll stay or go?
Vicario's gone. Yeah, I think Kinski's earned the right to be number 1, and if he doesn't earn it next season, we'll buy another goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think again, apart from that blip with the Atletico Madrid, and by the way, to come back from that to become a first choice keeper in the same season is insane. By the way,
yeah.
But I think he earned his stripes there, and I think he's shown that he can actually do it in the big games as well. So, yeah, for me, I think Vicario is one that could make back some of the money we're spending. So, yeah, for sure, I think Vicario is on the list. Let's move on to defenders, and there's a few. I mean, I think we all know about this one. I think we're all going to be in agreement. Why has my mind gone blank? I forgot his fucking name. Dragushin. What is happening to me today? Too many players. Dragushin. Listen, he turned down Bayern Munich to come to Spurs. Probably regrets that slightly now, but he's got to be on the transfer list, right, with the incomings.
Yeah, he's got to go. Not good enough. 15, 20 million, get rid for me.
Yeah, Shane, same for you.
I think we'd be lucky to get that, mate. Yeah, but definitely 100% get gone. The thing is, just going back quickly to Van Heck and Senesi and stuff, it's mad to think that Senesi might be coming to be on the bench. I mean, he was unbelievable for Bournemouth last season. Like I say, standout player in the Prem, not just for Bournemouth. And then to come, and now we're talking about it. Everyone you ask, it's going to be Van der Ven and Van Hecker. But then you do see the one where I think stick Mickey out on the left. And I know it's brilliant for us and it's brilliant for rotation. But it just baffles my head to think that if Senesi was to come and if he wasn't thinking that he's an out-and-out starter. But yeah, Dragusin for me has to go, mate. Yeah, I haven't even got anything to be thankful for either. Just, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's kind of like one of those that was a bit of a utility player, really. Kind of used him when we had to as opposed to wanting to, I guess. But, yeah, I think he's on the list as well for me. And then there's the big one, right? Romero, club captain currently, but all signs point to the exit.
Yeah, definitely. All signs point to the end, and it's a shame because I've always liked Romero. I always thought he was a really good player. Wears his heart on his sleeve, a bit rash at times, but he's been with us 6 years now. I think it's time to part ways, and for me, he goes with his best, goes with our best, and but I think it's time to move on. 40 million, 45 million for him. I think it's good business.
Yeah, I actually think we could get more depending on where he goes. If he's going to a Spanish club that really want him, I think we could get more. If you're a long-term listener of the pod, right, you'll know there was one a long time ago where I called Romero a fucking fraud, and I don't know how he was playing for Spurs. I'd like to say, if he does go, I retract that statement. He's still a fucking liability at times, but he proved his worth on more than one occasion. But yeah, Shane, for you, Romero, keep or go?
100% go, but I'm the opposite to you boys. I don't think we're going to get a lot for him. I think we're going to have to lower our valuation and expectations of what we're going to get for him to offload him.
How much though? When someone like Van Hecker is going for 50 million, right? And
if you,
50 million.
yeah, 100% going off that, but they know now that we need to offload him. We don't need him. We don't want him. We've got Van Hecker, we've got Senesi, we've got Van der Ven, we've got Danso. We don't need him. Everyone knows that we don't need him. Atletico haven't got the money. A lot of these teams haven't got the money. They're not going to go out and pay. I'm telling you now, we will not get more than 40 million for him. And I don't get me wrong, I think we should. I think he is worth more than that when we're looking at what we've got coming in and the current market. He definitely is worth more than that. But everyone knows who is going to potentially buy him, knows that he's not going to be at Spurs. We don't want him. So we might have to take a bit of a hit, in my opinion. But he is a fucking liability, absolute liability. I remember I was sat next to Kev's lad, Cody, at Man United away, and I called it 5 minutes before he gets sent. I said, he's going to get fucking sent off here. He's going to get sent off. He's running around like an absolute twat. And next thing, sent off. He's just a liability. But yeah, I'll be glad to see him go. I really will. Club captain, he's let us down so many times. I'm actually at the point where it's a shame because you think, yeah, I'm grateful for Bilbao. He had a great time then and all the rest of it. But now it's just like, same with Bakary. I just want you fucking gone. Get out of the club.
Fair enough. Not a fan of Romero at all. I'm going to say this name just because it has been banded around the transfer window quite a bit. Van der Ven. Is there a chance he goes?
Not for me. Not unless, you know, a Liverpool or a Barcelona are coming in with, you know, 100 million. You know, he's still got 3 years on his contract. He must be looking around now thinking, why would I want to go? You know, you imagine if we're excited, you imagine what those bloody players are like after last season, thinking, you know, they must be rubbing their hands together. So no, I don't see Van der Ven being sold. And there's talks of him getting a new contract, 200 grand a week. So yeah, and I think he'll become captain next season.
He's only on 30 grand, I think, at the minute. He's on 30 grand a week. I could be wrong if someone corrects me in the comments or whatever, but I'm sure he's on such low wages, still on the same contract. So he's looking at Van Hecker. The only way for him to stay would be to sign a new contract. And I agree with you, Oren. I think he will sign a new contract and I think he will be captain. And then for me, that then keeps him there, keeps him secure. And if we do go to sell him next season or the season after, you're going to make even more money on him.
Insane. Yeah. And moving through now, one that's kind of put himself up for transfer, Lucas Bergvall. This one made me a little bit sad, to be honest, because Bergvall for me was like the shining light in like the youth boys we had coming through. And I thought we had that Europa League season. I thought he was great. Like, and I don't think we used him much under De Zerbi. I know it's only a few games, but he's one I think I'll be sad to see go. But again, could recuperate quite a bit of money from him. But yeah, I mean, he's put himself up. So I kind of feel like if someone's outright said they don't want to play at the club anymore, you've got to kind of try and accommodate the move, I think.
He's the thing for me, mate, is he going to play? With what we've signed, does he start over for Fernandez over Tonali? No. You don't play him as a 10, obviously you play him as the 8 or the 6. You don't play over them. Then you've got Gallagher there. Then you've got Paulinho. And to be honest, I don't think so. I personally would rather keep him. 100% I agree with you. But he's just not going to play. We're playing once a week, obviously, bar the Carling Cup. Jesus Christ, how old is that? Carabao Cup and Carabao Cup and FA Cup. That's it. So he's only going to get a little. So I understand he's played a lot of games for Tottenham. He's played a lot of games. So he does need to be playing first team football. He's one. We can't buy all these players and keep everyone. So there are going to be some big names who we don't expect, in my opinion, to go. And if it is Bergvall, then yeah, I'd rather keep him. But at the end of the day, some people have got to go. We can't have us fucking all of these players. It's mental. We can't even remember now talking about them.
This is another thing, right? This is a non-European season for us. It is a rarity, and like most people who are watching this now, you know, they're part of the younger generation. They're not used to seeing Tottenham not playing Europe. So for that, like for us, it's going to be a huge squad, and we've only got 3 competitions next year. We're playing once a week, pretty much all the time. Yeah, I think the squad has to be trimmed, and to accommodate some of the money we're spending, I think we have to. Sorry, Oren, to move on. Archie Gray, another one who's been linked with moves away.
Yeah, so for me, I would do all we can to keep Archie Gray. I would rather us sell Bergvall, even though I would like to keep Bergvall. I would rather us sell Bergvall over Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray has everything to be a top midfielder and a future captain of Tottenham Hotspur. So for me, Archie Gray has got to stay.
Ali Gold did say today, though, sorry to interrupt, Ali Gold put on his Insta or whatever it was, he reckons that Bergvall's been told he's not leaving the club.
Interesting. Another player, and not really someone that plays for Spurs officially, but Paulinho. Is his loan now done, finished?
Yes, done.
Yeah.
So, and then you reckon that's the decision to not sign him now?
I was seeing it on socials earlier that it's they've ended the loan and he's not coming back. So yeah, that's for me, it's done. And I think ultimately, you know, if we take the emotions out of it, take the emotions out of last season, he's not good enough. We have to do better than Paulinho and move on.
I think with the signings we've made as well.
Yeah, we have.
Gallagher, a recent signing, but another one that people are talking about potentially leaving.
So
especially given the signings, right?
Yeah, sorry, Shane. I would sell Gallagher. I don't know if this was a Thomas Frank thing or a Igor Tudor thing, but he looked shot. He looked shot until De Zerbi come in, and I don't think we can afford to have passengers. But the thing is, you know, he's on 200 grand a week. Who's gonna take him on that? I would sell him, but I think we'll end up keeping him.
Same for you, Shane. You reckon he stays?
Yeah, I think he stays, but he's just got the number 8 shirt, hasn't he? But for me, he's never going to start. I can't see him starting over Fernandes or Tonali ever. He's a great squad player to have, and he brings that energy. And when he does come on, but yeah, he must be sat there laughing his bollocks off. 230 grand a week, 5-year contract, sat on the bench. Whether he wants that, still being quite young, does he want to play first team football? Because I can't see him playing for us at the minute. I'd let him go and keep Bergvall personally, but I can't see him letting him go. I really can't.
This is a controversial one, and it is split a lot of people in a lot of groups that I'm in. Bentancur.
So again, I'm getting rid of all our fucking midfielders, but I think Bentancur. I think this if he does stay, this will be his last season because I think he is upgradable. I think he's done well after he come back from injury, but again, I think he's kind of in that Paulinho boat of you look around now and you see Fernandes and Tonali, and you see Gray, you know, having another season under his belt, and I think his time will be numbered in a Spurs shirt. And you know, if you could get 30 million for him, would it tempt us to sell? I think it would.
Shane?
Yeah, agree 100%. Mate. I think he done really well, as Orange just said, when De Zerbi come in, and he was pivotal at the end of the season for us. But he's another one who's not going to get looking. But we do need to keep some around, obviously, because
this is what I was going to say.
That their availability.
We can't just rely on Fernandes and Tonali.
No, that's it. But if we do keep Gallagher, Paulinho, and Archie Gray, there's 3 covering them positions, really, isn't it? You've then got, obviously, you got Maddison, who could potentially drop in, and you've got Simmons, I know. I've heard a lot of people today say, not a lot of people, waffling, but I've seen people say today we should be looking at a 10 because we really technically we have only got Gallagher and not Gallagher, sorry, my head's gone blank. Maddison and Simmons, and Simmons not back for a while. So, but I know Fernandes can go into 10, and obviously Bergvall can. So it will be interesting to see who does. But one. It's hard, isn't it? Because we've all just said we can't keep all these players, but then on the flip side, you can't let them all fucking go either.
Yeah, true. It's insane that we're kind of at this situation now where we've had so many big signings that we're like pretty much off in the entire of last season's team. But I still think there's a couple up top, maybe one, maybe two that could go. For me, I actually love him because I love the shithousery he brings, but it's got to be with Richarlison's time, isn't it?
Mate, if we start this season and imagine if he's up front. Imagine all the players that we signed he's up front. I will lose my shit, but yeah.
Surely someone like Sunderland take Richarlison. Surely someone like that will have Richarlison.
He's got to go, man. He's got to go. I've never liked him. I'm not going to lie. I'm grateful again because, like you say, the shithousery and all the rest of it, and he wins the odd decent free kick here and there. But yeah, for me, he's just never. I've never liked him. But no, he's upgradable 100%.
Yeah.
Even Will Lancashire. Let Will Lancashire come in as backup for Solanke if we're going to go big on the left wing or get another 10 or whatever. But yeah, I'd rather Will Lancashire over Richarlison. Give him a shot.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Shane. And I've heard De Zerbi wants to take a really good look at Willie Lancashire in pre-season, which I'm really pleased about because we do, even though we're signing big players, we do need to have an eye on some of the youngsters that we've got, Janai Byfield, Lancashire, Moore, Williams, Barnett, and trying to give them a pathway back into the team because, that's what we are about in our heart. So, it'd be good to see some youngsters coming through. And Tej, another midfielder that you missed, who I think is definitely off, Pat Matassar, I think is a corner.
Yes, you're right. Another one I've missed. I'm honestly, mate, I've been watching England so much now, I've lost track of fucking who's still at Spurs. I'll be surprised if I've still got my fucking season ticket and remember to renew it. But honestly, it's insane. Yet Sarr, again, I think for me, it's time to cash in. I think he's been a good player. He's turned up in a few big games, but I think look at the signings we're making and the depth we've got in his position. I think he's actually someone we can make good money on given his age as well.
Yeah, 100%.
He's someone that would be good to offload, in my opinion.
Tej, just saying about the good money thing, the only negative for me of signing these players, there isn't negatives, but the only negative is teams are going to realise now we don't need Papstar. They're not going to go and offer us 40, 50 million because they know we've got Fernandes, we've got Tonali, we've got fucking Gallagher, we've got Bentancur, we've got Archie Gray, we've got Bergvall. So perhaps someone comes in, they're going to be like, we'll chuck in a low number because Spurs do need to offload. That's going back to my point against Romero as well. They know we don't need them and we potentially don't want them anymore. This is where I reckon we might lose a bit of value on some of the players because we're going to have to take a bit of a hit to sell them.
See, I actually think differently, if I'm being honest. I'll tell you why, because how often do you see it where you sell a player for big money and then the player you want to go and get, his price tag automatically goes up like 10, 20% because they know you've got this money come in. I actually think we've done it the right way around. I think we've spent the money first and now we can just recuperate whatever we can. I kind of agree, but I feel like if someone wants one of your players, they'll pay the money demand eventually.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, Tej, because how many times in the past have we got our fingers burnt,
look at the Bale.
Yeah, wanting top dollar for our players and missing out on players in the end. So I think we have done it round the right way. And if it means we lose 5-10 million on a Pat Matassar, then so be it.
I don't think we've gone the wrong way. I 100% agree with you both. I think we've done it the right way, and I'm so glad that we have. But I do think it will be the reason that we will lose a valuation on a few of these players who are worth more. Like you say, you look at Van Hecker, you look at Vuskovic and all the rest of it, you're 50 million. I just can't see a world where we're going to get that for Romero. As much as he probably is worth it, is World Cup winner, still in a World Cup now, a Tottenham captain, he should be going for 60, 70 million. But I just can't see it. Honestly, I think it's going to be about 30, 40 mil.
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept and it'll be good to see how it plays out because obviously what we're doing here, we're discussing things that are probably going to happen, right? So we're going to see how it's going to play out. So it's a really interesting fact. And I suppose this just shows there's no real formula to like doing transfers at certain times. You just got to do what you have to do and play the game. I'll say one more. Actually, do you know what? We'll skip him because we spoke about him already. Solanke, I think Orin says he can go. Was it Orin and Shane says to keep him? Yeah, am I right? Yeah. I think I'm leaning more towards the go side. I know we spoke about it earlier. I don't think he's a 20 goal a year striker for me. And I think seeing what we're spending on midfielders, where we technically don't need to spend that sort of money, I think we can spend big on a much better striker. But
would you keep him as a backup?
Sorry, mate, go on.
Would you keep him as a backup?
Would he want to be backup? That'd be my counter question.
No, I don't think he would, but he's not gonna. You sign an Al Krupi if he as a striker, or whoever you sign as a big money striker, whoever's available. He ain't gonna have a choice, is he? Really? If De Zerbi wants us to a player,
I'll just do some quick yes or no ones now. Matty's Tell.
Yes.
Yes to keep, or so keep or sell?
Keep. Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Yeah. Shane?
I'm on the fence, but yeah, I'll say yes.
Okay. Udogie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spence?
30 mil, I'd sell him.
Yeah, good offer. I'm the same as Owen. Yeah, good offer. I'd sell him, but you'd need a backup, a replacement zone.
Odebear?
Not for me. Get rid.
I'd probably Odebear over Tell from what I've seen, but I don't think any of them are good enough. I'm going back on Tell as well. No to both of them.
Get rid of the whole fucking squad here. We're going to get called up, boys. Get your shin pads ready. Right. To be fair, I think that's everyone else has either signed the contract or is basically committed to the club. So I think we've done the roster there. And listen,
me and Oren need 19 new signings.
Say again?
Me and Oren need 19 new signings to have a squad.
I know, yeah. Fucking hell. Like, we literally haven't got a squad now. We just rely on Charlie and Fernandez to play 2 against 11. But boys, listen, I want to end it on something a little bit lighter. Obviously, you are the Hark Now Here new signings. You're on the roster. I'll start with you, Shane. What are you going to bring to the Hark this season?
Not a fucking lot, clearly, from this podcast. Not a lot. Nah, nothing, but hopefully bring a laugh. I mean, I'll say it from the heart how I feel. I'll go as much as I can when I'm there, and obviously I won't miss a game. So, like everyone on the Heart, on the podcast. But yeah, I'll just say it how it is. Whether I think something, I'll just say exactly what I feel. Everyone could disagree with me, but I'll say exactly how it is. And yeah, let's just have a fucking laugh, and hopefully it's so much better this season, because every time I come on last season, it was doom and gloom. But I said to you boys earlier and showed you the video, I had my son waking me up this morning making up songs about fucking Tonali, and he hasn't been able to do that, and he's taking the piss out of his friends and all the rest of it. So yeah, hopefully we fucking have a good laugh this season, boys.
Orin, same to you.
I think first and foremost, going to bring a bit of diversity to the group. Finally, but other than that, I'm going to bring
these fat white blokes, and
I'm going to bring some passion, and I'm going to bring some honesty, and I'm going to bring a little perspective from a more of an armchair fan, because I live up north now, so I don't get to go as often as I could. But yeah, I watch Spurs all the time, so yeah, looking forward to having a good season with the Heart Now Here, boys.
I just want to say personally, it's great to have you on, boys. I mean, it's like whenever you've come on, the feedback's always been brilliant, like in your guest appearances. So to have you on the roster full time is a privilege, and I'm glad to be working with you both for the season. And long may it continue. We're going to finish it. One last thing. If you could have another signing, one more today done, who's it going to be? Shane?
The AC Milan lad, Leao. Yeah, he'd be the dream one for me, followed by and Krupi. But yeah, that'd be it for me. And
you are in? Who's just your one and only signing you can have?
Krupi for me.
Big signings. And guys,
what about
listen.
You, Teach?
Me?
Yeah.
I still want Savinho, believe it or not.
I think
No
he's
one else
done.
wants
I'm
him
not
anymore.
counting him. I think he's done. I think he's in the bag.
But you think we got him?
I think he's in the bag. I think we've. It's all been agreed, and we're just waiting for City to get their ducks in a row with players that they want. But from what I've heard, it's been done for a couple of weeks.
I think he could fill a big void which we've been missing on the wing. I really do. I think he could be influential. I know a few people are like, he hasn't really done it for City, but yeah, he's just the one that's been banded around. Whether he's a De Zerbi signing or not, it's another thing. But
There's
Mate,
there's a player in there.
100%. It's
there's a player.
mental to think that we all were desperate for him. Like, oh, he's one of them. Like, oh, please get him over the line, get him over the line. Now we're making these signings, and I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned him. It's mental. That's what's happened over these last few days. To think that me personally, not even thinking of a Savinho. Whereas a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, get him over the line, get him over the line. So it just shows we're doing bits, boys. We're fucking back.
Well, they've bought us again. Tottenham Hotspur have got us hook, line, and sinker, and the Hawk is back in the off season. We're going to be on all your socials. Look out for our content. We're coming bigger, faster, harder. We're going to be everywhere on all the social media platforms that you're aware of. Instagram, X, TikTok. I don't know about Facebook. Does anyone still use that? We might be on Facebook as well if you're still on there. And then all your usual places you can receive your podcasts. We're on all those platforms. But please also, we go to games and we are available on... Shane and Oren will tell you, we speak to people all the time in the inbox. So if you want to have a discussion with us, if you see us in person, just reach out. We'll have a chat. And one last thing, I just want to give a shout out to our ever-present sponsor at Hotspur Heritage. If you have been following the page over the summer, you'd be seeing some great content from our guy over at Hotspur Heritage. They put out some sick prints. So if you wanna gift for someone, or you just want to decorate your office wall with some Tottenham memorabilia, take a look at Hotspur Heritage. They are brilliant, and they are joining us again for next season. Gentlemen, glad to have you on board. Welcome to the roster. We have been the Hark Now Here Spurs Fans podcast. The season has not begun, but Tottenham have already kick-started. Up the Spurs.
Up the Spurs.